Finally, we have arrived to the last section in this chapter, conditions for the types of roots of quadratic equations. So it involves something called discriminant, b squared minus 4ac. Okay. All right. So let's get it started. Okay. Types of roots of quadratic equations. You have three types. Okay. Given this general form, okay, of quadratic equations, you're very familiar with this one already. Roots are this one, positive and negative. Then you have conditions here. B squared minus 4ac is bigger than 0. Then you have two distinct or different roots. When b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, then you have two equal roots. Remember last time we said about something like x minus 7, so equals to 0. So x will be equals to 7 only, right? So that's the only root. That's the second case here. Two equal roots, x equals 7 and x equals 7 two times. So you only have one root. Okay, when b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, then you don't have any real roots. So very important, this thing here, b squared minus 4ac is called the discriminant. Okay, so it's called a discriminant here. Okay, so no problem. So I'll move on. There's a name for it. It's good that you know it. Okay, give you an example. Okay, so quadratic equation. So you have this one, x squared minus 3x plus 4. I think you are smart enough to get this. This one, 9 minus 4 times 4. 9 minus 4 times 4. 9 minus 16. You get -7. So -7 means less than 0. Less than 0 means no real roots. Okay? Means you can't have any roots. Okay? That's a real number. Second, you got this one. B squared is 25 minus 4 times 3 times plus 1. So you get 27. Okay? Greater than 0. So greater than 0 means what? You have two different roots or two distinct roots. Lastly, if you have this one, b squared minus 4ac is equals to 0, then you have two equal roots. One root only. Okay. Hey, do you know how to factorize this? You know how to combine this like you're completing a square? You still remember? X squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So this one is x plus 3 squared. Okay? You should have a feeling of this one. Once you see this kind of things, this one must be something the complete square. Okay? You need to have this instinct, Taylor instinct. Alright? Let's move on. Problem involving types of roots. Okay, so I give you this problem here. I say that this thing has two equal roots and I want you to find k. So in SPM, I've repeatedly said that in SPM, all the questions must be find this, find x, find y, find k, find h, and so on. Okay, so they love to give you this kind of questions. So you got to know how to solve these kind of things. Okay, two equal roots means what? B squared minus 4ac equals to 0. Then I figure out what is my ABC. This is my A. A is equal to 1. B is equals to k minus 4. C is equals to 4. I put it in b squared minus 4ac. B squared minus 4ac is equal to 0. And I got this one. And then I expand this. And I see things can be cancelled off. And I get this. Do you see from here to here directly? This term and this term will be cancelled off. Then you have k squared minus 8k. So you got to have that instinct to factorize it. Factorize it. Equals 0 means two things multiplied equals 0. Then, yes, clever. K equals 0 or k is equal to 8. No problem. And you got the values for k now. And you're done. Okay? Nothing difficult, right? Nothing really difficult here. But the thing is that this section, also they love to set it in the exam. Okay? Combining with the previous sections. Okay? So, alternative solution, the Pandai solution here. Okay, so this is the thing that we know, or I know, that we'll just learn it in the previous section. Let it to have two equal roots, means the roots are alpha and alpha. So, SOR will be two roots, right? You have two roots. What's the first root? Alpha. What's the second root? Alpha. Okay, alpha and alpha. Okay, so you get 2 alpha. Why is it 2 alpha? Sum of roots means this one plus this one. So 2 alpha is equals to negative of this thing. Negative of this thing. So negative of k minus 4. Then product of roots means alpha squared. Okay, this one you solve it first. Then product of root alpha squared is equal to 4. So alpha will be positive negative 2. Then what you want? You want k. So I sub this positive negative 2 into here. And I get my answer 8. And get my answer 0. Which is the same as this one. Okay? Check whether you are fine. Have you forgotten this? Have you forgotten these techniques? It's very simple, right? Alright, so let's move on to the next one. Problem involving types of roots. So you're given this x squared plus k plus 4 squared equal to 2kx has roots, real roots. So what does it mean? Real roots, what do you get? When do you have no real roots? No real roots when b squared minus 4ac less than 0. So real roots means you have either greater than 0 or equals to 0. Okay? Then this one will be having 2 real roots when it's greater than 0. When you have equal to 0, how many you have? You have 1. Okay? Then this one means b squared minus 4ac is greater or equals to 0. Okay? You need these two combined together. Okay, so how do we solve it? First of all, we need to write this one in the general form. So we put everything on left hand side. So we get x squared minus 2kx then plus k plus 4 the whole thing squared is equal to 0. Hence my a is 1, b is negative 2k, and c is k plus 4 the whole thing squared, which I expand, I get k squared plus 8k plus 16. Okay, then I do this, okay. B squared minus 4ac greater than 0 or equals 0. I combine, I don't have to do it two things. I do one shot. Okay, so b squared will be my 2k, negative 2k, the whole thing squared will be 4k squared. Then minus 4 times a is 1. It's fine. So 4 times this whole thing means minus 4k squared. Then minus 4 times 8 is minus 32k. Then minus 4 times 16, which gives me minus 64. And I see this and this cancel off. And easy. 32k is less than or equal to 64. It doesn't involve something that has square, so it's easier. Later on, you will need to know how to solve the things that has square and also greater or equals to and so on, the inequality. So for this case, k, the answer will be just less than or equal to negative 2. So this one will be the range of k. Okay, the range of k. Right, so this is what you want. You want how big or how small the k should be so that this one only has real roots. Okay, so this one is your answer. Okay. Okay, so here, given that you have this quadratic equation has equal roots, okay, find the ratio of h to k if both h and k are positive. So no more this both. Grammar mistake. Okay, so how do we do this? We have to first pause the video and let you do it. Then I'll reveal the answer. Okay, so try it. Okay, let's come back to this. Okay, b squared minus 4ac equals 0 means what? 4k squared minus 4 times this one. Okay, I just write down what's a. A is this, b is this, c is this. So b squared is 4k squared, no problem, minus 4 times a, 3h, c, 3h. So you get 4k squared minus 3 times 3, 9 times 4, 36. So it's minus 36h squared. So you got equals 0. So k squared minus 9h squared is equal to 0. Simplify a bit. Then you'll be able to get the answer. K is equal to positive negative 3h. Hey, I'm not happy with this method. What if you see this one? What can you tell from here? What can you tell? The methods, the things that I said in what? In previous sections. So a squared minus b squared. So it's equal to a plus b. What is b? This b square means 3h, okay? And k minus 3h is equal to 0. So k is equal to minus 3h or positive 3h. Okay, that's how you do it. Okay, so now you got k equal to 3h or k equals to negative 3h. But the thing is, we see both positive, right? Meaning that it can only happen when k is equals to 3h, right? But then we want ratio. We want ratio means we have we want hk. Okay, means we want to write h over k so that we know the ratio. So we write this one. Okay, k equals this one. So what we do, we write it into h divided by k is 1 over 3. Hence our ratio will be this one is because, okay, so if not we will have two answers, okay, but cannot be, right? Okay, because both positive. So I have this as the final answer. H divided by k is 1 over 3. So h to k is 1 to 3, the ratio. Okay, no problem. It's just some kind of modification of the words, right? Okay, it's just the same thing here, right? Okay, so now let's solve something that that is in your SPM past year paper, so that you get a feel of it, and then you're comfortable with this. Okay, if you can, you just pause the video and try this, and before we move on. Okay, all right. All right, so for this one, find the value of m if they have equal roots. Okay, so what we do, two roots. So b squared minus 4ac must be equal to 0, the discriminant. Then b squared is this one squared, minus 4 times m minus 1, minus 1. Okay, so then simplify it, expand it. So you get 1 squared plus 4m plus 4m squared minus this thing multiplied together. And you see that this one and this one can solve it. Then things will be very easy because it's only power 1. So you get 1 plus 8m is equal to 0. Hence, m is equal to negative 1 over 8. Easy marks for you. 3 marks in your exam. Okay, just like that. Right. Okay, so 2011, question 3, part B. Quadratic equation, this one has no roots. Find the range of A. So, no roots means the quadratic equation, this one, okay. Then what we do, I can't use the same A anymore, right? The lowercase a, because I have something like A here, in here. If I write A is equal to 1 minus A, then it will be like conflicting, right? Okay, so I write a capital A here, capital B here, and capital C here to represent the ABC coefficient of the quadratic equations. Okay, I want it to be no roots, thus b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. I write the capital all here, okay, just for this question only. And then I solve for it, b squared minus 4 times a times c less than 0. Solve for it, move it one side, then I get my final answer, a is less than 4 over 5. So what does it mean? Means that when my value of a is less than 4 over 5, then this quadratic equation I have no root. This quadratic equation has no real root. Okay, that's what I mean by the range. Okay, so this is the range. Okay, because it's not one value, it's a certain range of it. Okay, next. Okay, so let's see this. Okay, don't be panic. Okay, so let's look at the question. I just read this, then you try it yourself, then we move on to talk about the answers. Okay, it's quite recent, 2015. Okay, it's given that alpha and beta are the roots of the quadratic equation, that thing over here, which is not expanded. Okay, you gotta do it yourself, where h is a constant. Find the range of the values of h if alpha is not the same as beta. Okay, the roots are not the same. Okay, so second, given alpha over 2 and beta over 2 are the roots of another, okay, this is another quadratic equation, that thing, okay, where k is constant, and find the value of k and h. Okay, that's what you need to do now. Okay, so try to pause the video and do it yourself, and we'll come back to discuss the answer. All right, so let's move on. We want to find the values of h. So what we do, we expand it, write properly first. So it will give you this thing. So I write this one here. I put a bracket to tell you that that's C. Okay, that's C. A and B is easy to see. Then what I need to do, I need to find the range of h. Okay, I want b squared minus 4ac to be bigger than 0. Why is that so? Okay, so they are roots, and then alpha not equals to beta. Alpha and beta are what? They are roots, and they are not equal. Means you have two different roots. Two different roots. Okay, means b squared minus 4ac is bigger than 0. You see that? It's like cleverly hide the information that you might not know how to do it. Okay, so but it's very simple, right? Not equal, right? Okay, you have to read the question very, very carefully. Okay, greater than 0, you know how to solve it. You expand everything, put it inside, then you get AH is greater than 7, H is greater than 708. That's it. Find the value of H. Range. So this one will be the range. Okay, right. No problem, right? Move on to the next one. Okay, so given this one, there are roots of another quadratic equation, meaning that I have two quadratic equations now. One is alpha and beta, they are the roots. Now, the second one for this quadratic equation, the roots are alpha over 2 and beta over 2. So, I want to find k. So, from the equation, this thing, this is the original equation from the previous question, in case you don't have your paper with you. So, I write this down for you. Okay. The sum of roots is alpha plus beta is negative 3. So negative 3 means, negative, so I look at this one, it's just 3. Okay, so alpha plus beta is minus b over a is equal to negative 3 over 1. Okay, is this one. Okay, so answer is this. Then your product of roots is equals to alpha times beta, it's c over a, it's equals to this thing. Okay, so 4 minus 2h. Alright, then what do you get next? From the equations, this one is a new equation. Okay, this new one. Then alpha, the sum of roots is alpha over 2 plus beta over 2 is equal to negative k over 2. Simplify a bit, alpha plus beta is equal to negative k, and the product of roots is multiply them together. So I get negative 4 over 2, and the product is this one, there's a 4, you multiply over, you get negative 16 over 2, which is negative 8. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4. These are very much sufficient for myself, right, to solve this kind of question. I want to solve for h and also k. So I compare 1 and 3. 1 here, because it consists of alpha plus beta and also alpha plus beta. So equate them, then I'll get negative k is equal to 3. So k is equal to negative 3. Easy. So next, alpha times beta. Here you see an alpha times beta. So you compare 2 and 4. You get 4 minus 2h is equal to negative 8. Then 4 plus 8 will be 2h. And h will be 6. And hence, you get answer. H is 6, k is negative 3. That's it. Okay. So it looks a bit difficult and hard to digest. But then I think you can do it this one. Okay. So if you're not okay, try to look at the question again and try this again and try to see whether you get the answers. Okay, so I'll see you in the next chapter. Okay, bye.